Oh, yeah. What's good? It's your boy, Fanon. I'm going to talk about one of my favorite subjects this morning. Bob Arum trying to pull a okie doke on some fighters. Man, Bob Arum article came out in the Ring magazine, and Bob Arum is holding talks with Al Haymon fighters about signing deals. So he's trying to creep over there to the guy that he sued and try to shut down to try to steal fighters. Gotta love it. Before I do that, though, this is definitely going to have this in a live stream later today. Please hit the subscribe and the bell icon, because if you hit the bell icon, then you'll know when the live streams happen, because I'm really trying to do more and more just, real time, to the extent that you can, person-to-person conversations about this. And we have a real good live streams going on, and the best way to know about it is to hit the bell icon so that you can get notified. I don't do them on a planned schedule, so you won't. So that pretty much the bell icon is the only way you're going to know that they're going to happen. And we have really, really good ones. So hopefully you'll do that. Now on to the article. Oh man, then I'll discuss it. Bob Arum, Top Rank held talks with Al Haymon fighters about signing deals, by Mike Coppinger. Top Rank is armed with ample dates and premium exposure for their stable of boxers, so it's no surprise that they're trying to strengthen their roster. Al Haymon advises a large stable of fighters, at least 100, and many of them are among the sport's elite practitioners. Boxers like heavyweight title holder Deontay Wilder, the Charlo twins, Errol Spence Jr., Keith Thurman, and Danny Garcia are all handled by Haymon. Bob Arum and Top Rank filed a federal lawsuit in 2016 accusing Haymon of acting as both promoter and manager, but that case was eventually settled. Golden Boy Promotions' similar lawsuit was dismissed, and that means Al Haymon is still classified as exactly what he is advertised, an advisor. All of Haymon's top boxers competing under the Premier Boxing Champions banner are promotional free agents, and with that, Arum is on a hunt to sign some of these athletes. The 86-year-old Hall of Famer told the Ring that his company has held talks with some of the Haymon advised fighters about joining Top Rank on a promotional deal. We would never talk to a fighter who's under a promotional contract, but Al Haymon's fighters, he's an advisor. He's not even a manager, and we're allowed to talk to fighters, Arum told the Ring. Now we can go to them and say, he can go to them and say, don't go to Top Rank because I'm going to offer you a better deal. He can do that. But he can't say, don't go to Top Rank because I don't want you to go to Top Rank. He's not allowed to say that. He doesn't have any legal right anymore to prevent them from being with any promoter. That's why we have no hesitation in talking to them. Now, if he says, hey, don't go with Top Rank because I'll put you on PBC and I'll make you more money and so forth, that's business. That's okay. Arum declined to reveal exactly which fighters Top Rank has had discussions with, but acknowledged that some of the talks have been promising. With ESPN's backing and a history of developing prospects into attractions, as well as champions, the Las Vegas-based promotional company is an attractive option for fighters. While Haymon is able to consistently land his clients lucrative contracts and Showtime television dates, he's an advisor, and as such, his boxers are marketed by various promoters on a fight-by-fight basis. Arum, with over 50 years of success in the sport, can certainly promise them something more. And if he can land a fighter the ilk of Wilder, Thurman, Spence, or Thurman, Top Rank's deal with ESPN will be enhanced too. So, yeah. Oh man, this is absolutely lovely. Because if you listen, first of all, I want to say that the Ring magazine, this comes off like a commercial for Top Rank. Just the way that they wrote it. But the parts that stands out to me is while Haymon is able to consistently land his clients lucrative contracts, and Showtime television dates as an advisor. And as such, his boxers are marketed by various promoters on a fight-by-fight basis. And Bob Arum can certainly promise them more. Yeah, Bob Arum can promise you more without a doubt. I have 100% confidence that Bob Arum will promise them more. Whether or not that he will deliver them more is an entirely different question altogether. Why in the world would somebody like Deontay Wilder, Errol Spence, or Keith Thurman, or Danny Garcia, who not only get their purses, but also get to negotiate their deals with promoters on a fight-by-fight basis, lock themselves in to a 2-year contract with Top Rank? If you're talking about somebody who can't get a fight, then okay. But why would they go? What could he promise them besides, oh, I will give you what? The Terence Crawford treatment? You give him the Terence Crawford treatment? Terence Crawford, although I do think Terence Crawford makes more money than Vasily Lomachenko, because I think Lomachenko got like $1.25 million for his fight against Guillermo Rigondeaux, if I remember correctly. And Terence Crawford against John Molina got like $1.5 million, right? But why would they want to go and be at somewhere where they would have a promoter that you run the risk of being treated like Guillermo Rigondeaux? Why would you sign with a promoter with a track record where the most successful, financially successful boxer ever tells you to your face the worst decision he ever made was signing with Bob Arum? Why in the world would they sign with him of anybody? Now, aside from the issue of whether or not you should have a promoter, right? Like what Eddie Hearn said about Deontay Wilder when he was talking the other day, and he was saying, well, Deontay Wilder is doing a really great job of promoting himself and talking himself up and going around and making sure his name's out there. Now everybody's knowing who he is, and because he has this, he looks the part, he acts the part, he talks, he promotes himself. He could get this fight if he had a promoter, but he needs a promoter. Why does he need a promoter if he's able to promote himself? If the end goal is for people to get television dates and for people to get lucrative contracts, to get prime television dates, and you're already getting them without a promoter, why would you want a promoter? What's the good side of that, and what's the bad side of that? The good side of it is that, hey, man, he'll get you on ESPN. And instead of being seen by 600,000, you can be seen by twice as many people, right? That's the benefit of it, to go fight on ESPN. But hold on, wait. Doesn't Al Haymon haven't he already negotiated deals with people to fight on CBS and NBC and be seen by 5 million people and 6 million people? Haven't they already seen that? Isn't Deontay Wilder already being seen by 1 million people on Showtime without even going to ESPN? Yes, he is. So why would they do it? Why would they cut to do what? To get in a situation where to get in there and have a situation where you have to wonder whether or not, he's going to whether or not he's going to blackball you, where he decides, hey, there's this real dude I really like now. He just came out of Uzbekistan, and I really think that this is going to be the top guy, and he's our number one guy. He's the best guy I've ever seen. And yeah, I know that Deontay Wilder has, I know he's the heavyweight champion, and I know that he's and I know that he's 50-0 or whatever, but really this guy is really it. So come on, man. Bob Arum's track record is so terrible that there literally is no reason whatsoever why anybody should trust this guy enough to sign with him. And the Top Rank deal in and of itself with ESPN it's not lucrative. But what do they want to put you on? They don't want to put you on. They're not going to want to put the fighters on regular ESPN, because that's just what happened with Terence Crawford. Now they have the app, the ESPN Plus app, which is a subscription network. So why would you leave Why would you leave Showtime to go on another subscription, a smaller subscription network? What, in hope that it grows, that eventually they're going to move, ESPN's going to move all their stuff to subscription? It doesn't make sense. But most importantly, there's no reason to sign with Bob Arum, because Bob Arum has a reputation of being an absolute snake. He's had a reputation. He's 86 years old, and he's 80, and as far as we've known, it's been 56 years a snake. 50 years of being a snake. It's just the audacity of people. But then even for this article, the article to come out, I'm like, okay, now you're going to use the fact that, now this is the lawyer in him. Now he's going to say, what is he trying to do? Set him up for a lawsuit by saying, look, you can't say don't sign with me because you're a manager. Why? Why can't he say don't sign you as a manager? No, this guy's a snake. Why would you sign with him? I don't like Bob Arum. Even what he says right here isn't true. Why in the world would they be prohibited from telling you as a manager not to sign as an advisor? If the dude's an advisor, why could he tell you what would keep Al Haymon from telling you not to sign with him? That's his job, is to advise. He says, well, why would you advise me not to sign with them? Well, I advise you not to sign because I have a former client that dealt with this dude for several years, and he made him all kind of promises that he didn't keep. He actively attempted to suppress him in favor of other fighters. He promised fights that never materialized. When the fighter tried to take his career into his own hand, he blocked him and locked him into that contract and prevented him from dealing with anybody else. If you look at Jesse Vargas, Jesse Vargas left and went over to Jesse Vargas was with PBC, and then he left and went to Top Rank. Where's Jesse Vargas now? Jesse Vargas is right back over here. Go talk to Jesse Vargas. Let me advise you. What would prevent him from advising people not to do that as an advisor? And he says, and they say in this article, he's not even a manager. Yes, he is a manager. He's a manager to some people. He's an advisor to other people. He's an advisor. He's a manager for Errol Spence Jr. He's an advisor for Sean Porter. But as your manager, you can also tell him, no, you shouldn't sign with him. You shouldn't sign with him because he's going to lock you in. And he's not going to keep his word. Just look at the treatment that he's given. Let's look at what Manny Pacquiao's going through right now. Manny Pacquiao's the best fighter, one of the most, it's probably the most profitable fighter he's ever had. And look what he did to Manny Pacquiao. Standing in the way of Manny Pacquiao doing his own promotion. Probably got Manny Pacquiao broke. From now, I'm sure a lot of that is Manny Pacquiao's fault as well. Giving him advances, right? Look what happened to Manny Pacquiao. Look where Manny Pacquiao is right now. He even negotiated a deal where Manny Pacquiao wanted to have a rematch, but Bob Arum negotiated against his own client by including in that contract that the rematch has to happen in Australia. As an advisor, I'm asking, why would he do that? Why would the cash cow in this scenario, Manny Pacquiao against Jeff Horn, why would Bob Arum put in the contract for the rematch clause? Why would he put in there that the rematch clause is only legitimate if it happens in Australia? Therefore, limiting Manny Pacquiao, his client, limiting his ability to negotiate a fight somewhere else if he didn't like the treatment that he got when he fought on the road. Why would he do that? Why would he negotiate in favor of somebody that had no leverage, being Jeff Horn? Because as you see, Jeff Horn's not fighting in Australia. for the next fight, he's got to come to the United States, whether that's going to be in Vegas or it's going to be in New York. He has to come here. But yet, Bob Arum negotiated that deal with Manny Pacquiao, so the Manny Pacquiao could not get that automatic rematch out of him unless he agreed to go to Australia. And then when Manny Pacquiao said he didn't want it in Australia, Bob Arum acted like his hands were tied, because Bob Arum tied his own hands. So that's an advisor. Why would Manny Pacquiao advise? Why in the world I'd be very interested to know why Al Haymon couldn't advise somebody. He would, matter of fact, I think it would be a breach of duty if he didn't advise him in that capacity. You can advise somebody about the trustworthy of somebody else. It's not just what's on the paper. And here is another thing. If the guy's actually the manager, and what are you going to do? Have the conversations directly? Well, he's obviously having conversations with people who Al Haymon is not his manager. So maybe Sean Porter. Maybe he's going to try to get Sean Porter over there to ESPN. Offer Sean Porter, a 6-fight deal? And then Sean Porter fights one dude, doesn't look good, and he gets blackballed. He gets blackballed, right? What was the relationship of Guillermo Rigondeaux and Bob Arum? Bob Arum signed him. He fought Nonito Donaire, won the biggest fight of his career that he wasn't supposed to win, and then he got called, a piece of shit for the next however many years it took him to ever get another fight again. And the only other fight Bob Arum gave him again was against somebody 2 weight classes up above his division. And Al Haymon can't advise him of that? What would prevent him from advising anybody not to sign with you, with Top Rank? You couldn't say that have been, advise him not to sign with Oscar De La Hoya. Hey, Oscar De La Hoya is not going to get you those fights. Or here, don't sign with Eddie Hearn, Luis Ortiz. You know why, Luis? If Luis is BBC, let me tell you why you don't sign with Eddie Hearn. You don't sign with Eddie Hearn because what he's going to do is he's going to sign you into a 5-fight deal. He's going to have you fight two guys inside of a month, right? Was it Malik Scott and Dave Allen? He's going to have you fight 2 people inside of a month. And then he's going to say that you didn't look good. And then he's going to say, I can't sell you. He's going to probably make no effort to sell you, right? Then claim he couldn't sell you. And now since he can't sell you, you're not going to get what he promised you, which was the shot at the winner of Anthony Joshua and Vladimir Klitschko. You'll never come near him. So what else could Bob Arum be promising somebody? Maybe somebody who's down there at 135, maybe a Robert Easter, right? Robert Easter's I think his uncle's his manager. So what could he say? Robert Easter, look, why don't you sign with me, Robert Easter? Why don't you sign with me and I'll get you a Vasily Lomachenko fight? And then you have a little bit of difficulty with Comey, and all of a sudden he's like, well, it's not going to work. But I do have you for 6 fights, so here, fight Ray Beltran. That's your fight. You get a Ray. I know I promised you, Vasily Lomachenko, but here, that didn't work out. So what I need you to do is fight Ray Beltran. Or, you know what? Actually, here, I want you to fight this guy who is from Kazakhstan, who I know he really does fight at 147 pounds, but he'll come down in weight to 135 pounds, and you can fight him, right? You could, like he did, like Bob Arum did to Manny Pacquiao, by having Manny Pacquiao go to Australia to fight a guy that should probably be fighting at middleweight, and act shocked that a guy that got blown up lightweight fighting at 147 would have a hard time getting manhandled, headbutted, and elbowed by a guy that weighs 160 pounds. So I'm just confused about what would prevent, according to Bob Arum, he can't say just don't sign with them. Why? Why? He's not even a manager. Yes, he is. And we're allowed to talk to fighters. But he can't say, don't go to Top Rank because I don't want you to go to Top Rank. Yeah, don't go to Top Rank because I don't want you to go to Top Rank and get robbed. I don't want you to go to Top Rank and get robbed. That seems like, or get blackballed, or get mistreated, get taken advantage of, get locked into a contract you can't get out of, that you got to pay $500,000 and wait, sit out 2 years to get out of. I don't want that for you. I advise you not to go. That's what an advisor does, man. So anyway, man, good luck with that, Bob Arum. But I find it real interesting, man. Peace.